Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be painting, so I'm going to show you how to paint a superhero. So I have everything set up, and we'll get started. So here we go. So here's my paper, my superhero drawn out, everything in light pencil, and I have my edges of my paper taped down all the way around, so we are ready. And my palette. Paint, I have everything wet. Everything's wet and ready to be used. To start, I'm going to use this size brush. It's like just a medium flat brush. And so before we do anything, usually we have to get the base coat down. So I have a reference I'm working from on my tablet. I'll just show you part of it, but that's that. So let's see. He's a lot of grays and blues in here, so we're gonna get some blue. It's a brand new palette, so it's gonna look a little weird. Haven't broken it in yet. So get some blue down, and we'll get a little bit of Van Dyke brown mixed with that. So it's ultramarine blue, Van Dyke brown, a little bit more blue, and we have a grayish color. And the more water you get, the lighter it's going to be. So we have that. It's mostly water. And here we go. So just a base coat on everything. If we get some water down, some paint down, we can just dip our brush in the water and just use that to spread that around. And it's just a light color to start with. Light gray all the way down. He's got boots down here, but we're going to go over that with a darker color as we go. This is just the base coat. So I'm just going to get some more water, some more of the color here. And same thing, this other leg. Okay. Just everywhere. Probably should have used a bigger brush, but this is cool if you want to take your time. So I'm just going to keep doing that all over, everywhere I want to have a base coat. I could kind of be kind of loose with it for now, because we're going to build it up as we go. So it's just kind of like scribbling, getting it down, everything. Just that base coat of gray. So we're running out, so we're going to add a little bit more blue. And a little bit more brown. Now we have that gray. Some water to that, and we're ready to go back. So his cape is darker, so we can actually keep that kind of dark. You don't need to use as much of the water. Again, this is just the base coat, so we're going to go over a lot of this. More details later. But as you can see, there it is as a whole. Keep going. Let's keep on getting more paint. Let's get a little bit more. Love watercolor. It's nice and work really quick. Okay. A little bit too much brown there, but it's okay. It's still wet, so. Okay, so that's going on right now. I'm going to pause it, get a little bit details, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I added some more details. I paused after pausing it, so let's get back into it. So, let's see, it's a little more built up. So I've now switched to a little bit smaller brush, and I'm just adding in some details. So I'm mixing still some of the same grayish color. A little bit more blue to it. And that's even what I've done here, even with this blue here. It's still that mix, just with more of the blue. So I'm still using ultramarine blue and Van Dyke brown. And that's it. I'm just using those two colors, mixing them together. So this is more of equal amounts, so it's more of a grayish color. And a little bit more water I'm going to add to it. And I'm going to add some of the definition in his legs right now. So just wherever you see it on the picture, just kind of go over that, the kneecap, something low there. It's got a little shadow going down. Just like that. And around here, mixing up some more colors. Blue and brown. So right here, in the middle is going to be very dark. As part of the picture, I'll show you. So, very dark in there. Got kind of a shadow going there on his leg, which kind of blends into the cape down there, so blue, just keep mixing it up. And add a little bit more blue now, so it's more of a dark blue. And I'm going to add that into his cape. Just darkening it up. So you can see how it's coming along. Just building up those layers, layer after layer, and it starts as just a mess. You know, just adding those colors down, and you build it up, and it comes along. Just by adding different little things. Light, start very light, build it up, and eventually you'll have a superhero. So just do a little bit more. That dark mixture, I'm going to add some to the boots. So wherever you see that it's darker, you're going to add that in. Just think of where all the shadows are. You know, his arm is here, so that's why we have a shadow, and that's why it's darker underneath his arm. And on the bottom part of his arm, it's going to be darker too. There's little spikes coming down here. And then the muscle definition. So just building it up. So I'm going to pause it one more time for you, and we'll come back when I get a little bit more details. Okay, I'm back. So just adding a few more details to it. While I was waiting for stuff to dry, I kind of did the background a little bit. Just blended some purple in there, very light, and then I might get it a little bit darker as I go. But I used the bigger brush for that. So let some stuff dry, so now I'm going to get in to some more details. So I'm going to do like the little bit of his face that's, you know, the skin tone color. So I'm using burnt sienna and just mix with some water, and I'm going to just fill that in right there. Just the whole thing, and then I'll add to it later. I'm going to do this little blending in his stomach there. Just in the picture, you can see in the picture it's kind of dark in there, so I'm going to darken that up. So let's get some more down to brown. This time I'm going to just go over the black. I usually don't do that. I like to mix the black. I'm just going to take some black, get that wet. And I'll mix it with some of the brown. And maybe throw a little blue in there too. It's really dark. Okay, so now I'm going to just add that in here. Kind of shape out his fist there. And that's all going to be a dark black in there. That's his fist right there. All dark in here. Okay, now I'm going to just wipe off my brush and dab that a little bit. So I just have a wet brush, so I'm just going to move some of the paint around, just go around it. I don't need any more pigment, so some of that. Just moving the paint around is pretty much just, it's a cool thing about watercolor. Water is alive. You can just move it wherever you want it to go. Okay. Alright, so let some things dry a little bit, but there you go, guys. There's a superhero. Just building up those layers and until he comes along. Just keep going and going and adding little by little. And you can see how he started from nothing and it's becoming something. Alright, happy painting, everyone. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And until next time.